Now, Christian, I want you to pronounce the way you pronounce your last name in Denmark.
Christian Lundgaard.
Lundgaard.
Wow. How do you like it? Pronounced in English?
Well, I've heard it for too many years. I've kind of just gotten on with it.
Do you like Loon or Lun or Gard or Gate?
Honestly, it doesn't matter
Lundgaard.
Nowadays, everybody's different. There's so many different nationalities here in IndyCar as well.
That's true.
So Rosenqvist is pretty easy.
Yeah.
Blomqvist is pretty easy.
Yeah.
And then you have Lundgaard.
How many Danes are there? The two?
There's 2.5.
Who's the half?
Who's the half?
Newgarden.
Oh, right.
Newgarden's mum's Danish.
That's right. I forgot.
And last year we had Benjamin Peterson.
Man.
He's Danish.
But you were the first Dane.
First full Dane, yes.
Full Dane. Yeah. Full Dane.
I've got
we
my-
only count full Dane.
Yeah.
No one wants to go the half Dane.
I will say Joseph doesn't even speak Danish, so he
get
doesn't
outta
qualify.
Here. Get out of here.
Now, my only Danish question is, you know who Niels Bohr is, right?
Who?
The most famous physicist, the teacher of
Yes.
Nils
J. Robert Oppenheimer. Niels Bohr.
Niels Bohr?
Yeah.
Yes.
No.
Christian knew
How
it.
about Bent Larson?
Get bent?
Chess player.
I'm just saying you're just saying the most common names right now.
Well, so I had this conversation about Danish pancakes and how they're the best pancakes in the world. You know what I'm talking about, right?
I learned something very recently from Marcus Ericsson's wife because she's also Danish.
Yep.
They have to put beer in pancakes,
That's what it is.
and I'm like,
I thought it was the
you're
vanilla.
you're not putting beer in pancakes, and she's like, yeah.
It's malt. I thought it was vanilla, but maybe it's the beer. I'm trying to figure out what the secret thing is because they have.
Well,
them in
I don't even know
Solvang.
anymore.
I know, if you don't know, what do I know? But they are great, thin, so
yep.
good, so good.
Now, you're talking about working out. Do you guys work out together? Any of you guys go to the gym together?
So I used to be at Pit Fit, which is where a lot of the drivers are. But when Rahal built the new workshop, they built a pretty awesome gym. So
Nice.
there's no point for me to really to stay at Pit Fit. And it's also for me it was more being around the team every day because it's not so much an excuse to be able to have to go to the shop, but I'm going to do it anyway.
Yeah.
And you're there. And it's good for the team as well, to see that you're in the gym every day.
Yeah.
And but
pulling
also
your
that you're
weight.
around the people and,
Yeah.
and you get to work with your mechanics and your entire crew. So
Yeah.
it's a plus.
Yeah.
120 of the Indy 500. How do you feel about this one?
Well, I guess we'll wait and see what the rain really says, right?
Yeah.
Because I think in the end, I've been having a conversation with a few drivers across the past 6 months that, it's been a while since there's been a humbling accident in IndyCar. Not to say that I'm hoping for it, right?
Yeah.
But ideally, since 2019 at Pocono, which was the second year of Pocono accident, right? That's really the last big one that we've had. Other than that, it's been, there's been a little bit. But I think this year with the rain threatening, halfway through the race, and I think everybody's just going to drive like every lap is the last lap, really, where typically it's, everybody's playing the long game. They're waiting for the end because you just got to be in position for the end, be in the right fuel strategy. So obviously I'm not hoping for it, but it is in the back of my mind that I think this year's Indy 500 is going to be really entertaining.
Oh, wow.
Put it that way.
Wow. How about that?
I think there's a lot of reasons for this year to be very entertaining.
Yeah.
What was the first one you watched?
Well, that depends before I've driven or afterwards, because I've rewatched a lot of races from in the past, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I watched the 2020, I watched the 2021, which was obviously very unfortunate for Graham. He was in a good position and lost the wheel after the pit stops.
Yeah.
But I watched the 2020, which was also good because that's the one Takuma won with Rahal. Graham finished third, which was the COVID year.
Right.
But I've rewatched a lot of races. It's really like with F1 with Michael Schumacher. I'm born in 2001, so he won F1 championship in 2000. So I watched that.
Yeah.
Helio won in 2000 and 2001. I watched that. But it's more been just research rather than.
So you're a historian of the sport. I mean, you really
I
care
would
about that.
would not go that far.
But I mean, yeah, fair enough. But you care enough about it. I don't know that everybody does that.
I don't necessarily think it's because we do care,
Yeah.
but I think it's more also we want to understand.
Yeah.
Is there strategy in that? Like, are you trying to like pull out like somebody did this at some point in time and it may work?
No, but I think it's more learning from mistakes
Yeah,
as well.
yeah.
You know, it goes either way, and I think that's what's really important for us because the only thing we have is the previous year.
Yeah.
You know, because the rules change and stuff like that. But you obviously don't want to make the same mistake twice.
Yeah.
The team has a pretty big, gap in from Sato to Graham, and then obviously everything in between.
Yeah. Thank you.
How did,
Hello, Mr. In Between.
At least that means I'm not the worst one.
right? What accounts for that? I mean, like to be in a top 12 shootout, yet, and then the last row shootout. Like, there's not a whole lot of teams that cover both areas.
No, and I think it's something that we scratch our heads off by. You know, it's ideally it doesn't really make sense for us because all cars are built the same way. But I personally do believe that we found speed compared to last year. I think Chevy took a step forward. We've closed the gap to a lot of the Honda cars. Last year we were 4 miles an hour off Alex Palou.
Wow.
This year I was 0.9 of a mile an hour off. So ideally we've gained 3.1 mile an hour.
Good point.
On at least my car. So we've moved forward. You know, we're 0.4 of a mile an hour behind Dixon. You know, and all the Ganassi cars were in base, fighting for pole last year. So I think we have taken a step forward. You know, Takuma coming in is, that car, of course, have had more attention because it's a single event car. It's the only race that it really needs to be fully functional for. And there's been small bits and pieces of damage that we've had throughout the year in the different races that we've done that, might put us in the position that we're in now.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, but I am proud of the team and proud of the work we've done. It doesn't show it on pure result, but Takuma being in the Fast 12 clearly shows that we're capable of doing it.
Yeah.
But now what we have to do is understand why the 15 car is 33rd and the 75 is 12th.
Right.
Now, do you have a tattoo?
I have 2.
We've been doing a quick review. Are they visible?
I have 1 on each arm.
There we go.
It is?
There
Oh,
we
yeah.
go.
Rose.
They're exactly 1 year apart.
Really?
Yeah.
What's the story?
What is
So, my dad, I wouldn't say my dad's against tattoos, but he's not in favor. So it's kind of like, it better mean something.
Yeah.
Short, the short version is probably he's not in favor.
Yeah.
So, I was on holiday with my girlfriend at the time, and I was like, I'm not gonna get a skull on my arm. I wanted to get something. So I got a rose with the initials of my family, my mom, dad, and my brother.
Nice. Good.
Which is,
Love that.
it's a nice little thing.
Yeah, I like that.
And then, which was the day before I turned 18. And then I've got loyalty on the right arm, which I have with my trainer back from Denmark. Because when I raced in Europe, he traveled with me. So he became a second dad.
Yeah, sure.
We lived together, basically.
Right.
So you didn't get the girlfriend at the time's name.
Yeah, smart move.
Good move.
Smart move.
I'm
boy.
smarter than that.
Yeah.
You'd be surprised how many people aren't.
Yeah.
I've heard some pretty wild stories myself of weird places to put names to. So it's
What kind of music do you like?
I have probably the widest music taste on planet Earth. I can listen to everything.
Do you listen to anything in the morning of the race typically? Or are you in your head?
No, it's honestly just whatever is in front of me. It's just
Yeah.
Do you have
Press go.
do you have a pre-race routine that you do?
Oh, routine.
no.
Do you miss the mustache?
Nope.
Is your boy here? What was his name?
Victor, yeah,
Victor, is he here?
He's here. We've played golf all morning, so I think he's having a pretty rough
Just play
time
here?
right now. Yeah,
Nice.
Nice.
Play well?
It's very
What'd you shoot?
convenient.
we were scramble.
Okay.
And we were 8 under
Nice.
as a team.
Pretty good.
I heard that Graham's team was 9 under. And I know Graham is a hell of a lot
Suspicious.
better than I am at golf, so
Yeah.
to be 1 behind him, I'm
Not
pretty
bad.
happy.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, listen, have a great race. Thanks for taking the time to talk to us.
No, of course,
Yeah,
and
man.
thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Go freaking win one. Why not?
I mean, someone's got to win.
Someone's got to win. It might as well be you.
Joseph already has one.
That's right.
Takuma has 2, so he doesn't need another one.
No.
So
Let's do it.
Dave gonna be here?
I think so. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was going to ask that question. Like, do you have any David Letterman stories? Is he?
I do have one, which is pretty funny. And I don't know if he was just trying to take the piss out of me or if he was being serious.
Yeah.
In St. Pete last year, because me and Jack had swapped cars. So I was in the 30 Shield car in 2022, and Jack was in the Hy-V car for 2023. We swapped. So I was in the 45 car. We show up in St. Pete. David's here. We're on the grid. He comes up to me and he shakes my hand and says, "How are you doing, Jack Harvey?" And to this date, I'm still not sure.
You're not sure?
Because he's also the character who would be able to pull it off.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You know, absolutely no.
Yep.
That's good.
Someday you have to ask him.
I think I asked him in Barber, but I don't remember what the result. Yeah.
That feels like a letter.
One little footnote. I heard, I don't know if this is true or not. You know the famous story about Paul Newman getting the Volvo and putting the super horsepower engine in it? Remember this story?
I've never heard it.
The actor Paul Newman, who did the movie Winning, and he famously bought like a Volvo and had it entirely souped up, or I think he might have done it with a Volkswagen also. But I'd heard a rumor that Letterman had actually bought that. I don't know.
Letterman, I know from the Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee, they took his, it was a station wagon that they take out, and it is incredibly loud. And they took it out, I think they were in New York, and they took it down. Yeah, the express.
That may be.
It's a grocery getter that is souped up.
Yeah,
and
if
loud
you
as
Google
can get.
Paul Newman.
I don't know if it's the same car, but it's.
And it's out there, and there's.
I'm sure he has a few cars.
Yeah, he probably does.
He
But
did
if you have one that
I
looks like,
know Graham's got a couple. Just
Yeah.
but if you have one that looks like a family truck store,
Yeah,
Volvo,
I mean, it is. It looks like you're going to Whole Foods, and then it's.
I'd like to ask him if he's got that thing.
There we go.
In any event, thank you so much.
Nice job.
Thanks, guys.
Go get him, baby.